Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in Planet Zoo. So we've done one speed build before this, guys, and we've done 2 live streams with Planet Zoo. We've also done we're gonna do another live stream on Friday, so that is gonna be tomorrow after this video. So we're really doing a lot of Planet Zoo lately, but yeah, we have done a lot of the items and in like exterior work and overall planning of the zoo on live streams. So I thought it would be really cool to just make a little habitat here on a speed build before we actually jump into the zoo again in the live stream tomorrow. So we have a flamingo habitat here, like a greater flamingo habitat, and I had so much fun doing this. I mean, it is still very difficult to get stuff to work in the game if you're not keen to the key bindings and stuff like that, but I'm still figuring it out. I just wanted to make a nice little habitat, and I asked you guys on a stream as well as researched and asked friends what is the first thing you would see if you walk into a zoo, and it's kind of like these smaller habitats, like for example a flamingo or like, I don't know, like a turtle habitat, something like that, the smaller habitats. And this is actually still a big habitat. Like, there's a lot of space for the flamingos to move around here, and I actually only have 4 flamingos in here by the time I finished it, but you can definitely put in more flamingos. Like, that shouldn't be a problem. I feel like, especially in zoos, when you see flamingos in habitats like this, they're always like flocked together, and there's like 20 or something in a flock standing in the water, just chilling out. So you can definitely put in more flamingos in here. The other challenge with this habitat was that flamingos don't really need that much stuff, and they're very picky when it comes to what plants you can use and how many plants you can use. So I actually could not use that many plants in here, guys. It was actually quite difficult not to throw in all the plants that I needed because the flamingos just wouldn't have it. So yeah, I was looking for the flamingos here. I wish there was a better way to find the animals that you're looking for. Like, if you could search by species, that would be a huge help. But I just had to get a flamingo into the habitat here so we could kind of see, because that's how I like to work. I did this with the panda habitat as well. It's a good way to see. You can kind of see all the graphs and see what the flamingo needs, and kind of try and get it into a zone where it's actually green. So that's kind of what I was trying to do here. I don't know, I wanted to use this, it's kind of like a waterfall feature thingy, but that thing just took up so much space, so it was horrible. So I decided to go away from that and create my own waterfall. We of course had a feeding pad here where the flamingos can hopefully use it. I mean, it helped the habitat gets to a better rating, so that's good. I needed a hard shelter as well. I actually decided not to build my own shelter for this speed build, just because, the thing that I could have chosen, which I actually choose, is probably the same thing that I would have built by myself. So I was like, let's save some time there, and I'm always gonna, work around it anyways and try and put my own stamp on it. But again, the flamingos didn't want a lot of stuff in here, so it was actually very difficult to figure out what I can and cannot use in the habitat. So I was just looking for some, smaller, kind of a bit more secluded enclosures or shelters that they wanted to use. And this is a good thing about this game, that you can kind of filter off everything, so it's easier for you to actually see what you can use for that specific species. And if you, for example, like me here, I could see that flamingos don't really mind plants and stuff like that comes from temperate things, I could see that, okay, so I can filter that out, but I actually placed an item down, like a plant that the flamingos didn't like. So you can also see that in the graphs that the flamingo have. So that's really useful as well. I was going in here and I thought, okay, so the flamingos want a water feature thingy, which is definitely something we can create. So I totally grabbed the wrong waterfall feature thing, but I decided to create my own waterfall. It's not as good looking, honestly, than what we have over by the panda habitat, and I feel like that's because we don't actually have a raised up foundation where the water would run from, but it's good enough. Like, you get what it is. I kind of work around it with some more stonework and stuff like that, and who's to say that the water feature couldn't be man-made? Like, of course, a lot of stuff in, or almost everything in a zoo is. So it's all about creating that fine balance of having it be a believable zoo, but also having it be a believable area for the animals as well. So it's that fine balance between man-made and nature, which I'm trying to strive for, and we're just putting in some stuff here to make it look even more realistic. I love the water in this game. It's so good looking. And we're mostly done with the habitat here, because at this point I could not put in any more plants. I could put in more stonework, but if I kept putting in stone, it would just look weird by the end. So I decided to start decorating the exterior of the habitat. And again, we're working with a modern zoo here, but what I really want to do with each habitat is still try and keep that modern aspect like we have with this habitat. We have these big glass enclosures that you can kind of see through on either side, but I still want each habitat to be reminiscent of where the animal is from. So flamingos is from the south of Europe, I believe, like Spain part area, and they actually migrated to a lot of other places like Asia and stuff like that, but I still want to keep that modern element in the exterior work and inside the habitat as well, while still trying to honor the place that species is actually from. It's a bit more loose with the flamingos because they have so many origin places. So I could be a bit more loose with the exterior work, but it's something that we're gonna see us do in the live streams as well. And I can only encourage you to come watch the live streams. It is a really cool place, and you guys can hang out with me and voice your opinion, and I ask for help, and stuff like that. So it's generally a common or like a building project for all of us. So definitely come check out a live stream. Again, I'll be live streaming Planet Zoo tomorrow at 8 Central European time. So it's definitely a good place for you to hang out. And here we have it. I just needed to get some shots of the animals as well in here. I don't know how they did it, Frontier, but the animals are so pretty in this game. Like they're just so realistic looking. It's so good. But yeah, it's a nice little enclosure, a nice little habitat to the start of the zoo. And we're gonna have a lot of different places in this zoo as well. So definitely stay tuned for more of these speed builds and for live streams as well when I live stream Planet Zoo as well. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this habitat as well, and if you're one of the peeps who actually join in on the live streams, tell me in the comment section down below and tell me what you thought about this build. Also, check out all the social media pages. There's nothing else for me to say other than have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world.